What's up everyone? Welcome to my review for Lawless, a new movie starring Tom Hardy, Shia LaBeouf, Gary Oldman, Guy Pearce, Mia Wasikowski, Jessica Chastain, a couple other people. There's a lot of people in this movie, and I was actually looking forward to seeing this because it had a very cowboyish feel to it, even though it was set in the Prohibition era, so there's a lot of gangsters in the film. So I thought that was a cool little combination, so I was actually really looking forward to it. And also, Tom Hardy is in it. I love Tom Hardy. Jessica Chastain, who I love as an actress, and she's hot, so that's a plus. And, you know, Gary Oldman, Guy Pearce, I love the cast. Even Shia LaBeouf, I think he could do good when he's not friggin' yelling, "Bumblebee, Optimus!" Ah! You know, he's not just running around acting like a dickhead, you know. I think he's actually a good actor. So, or he's swinging on vines while Indiana Jones, you know. I think he's just a good actor when he's, you know, in actual dramas or real movies. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about it. So the story for Lawless is actually based on a true story, at least most of it's true, maybe some of it's true. Something here is true because at the end they actually show you the real life brothers in this film, so yeah. Anyway, the movie itself is based around the Banderat brothers, who are pretty much outlaws because they sell moonshine that they make in, like, you know, basements and, you know, far away so no cop can find it, oh my god, can find it. And they make moonshine and sell it to people during the Prohibition because Prohibition, you know, it wasn't a popular time for people, and they sell it to people, so that's how they make their living. And also they have this like little legend about them that they're all three of them are immortal because they all survive something really devastating. It's just a very small side plot, so they're pretty much badasses in this town because they sell moonshine and they're pretty much called immortals. One thing I did not mention in the story is that Shia LaBeouf is the young brother in it, so that means, you know, he starts off young, feeble, thinking he could do a lot, and he gets his ass kicked a lot in this film, and he becomes a strong-willed man at the end. So it's like a transition from young boy to strong young adult. So I like that transition, and I think the acting, at least, I mean, especially from Shia LaBeouf, really captures that. I mean, the acting is absolutely fantastic in this film, and Shia LaBeouf is just great. He really is in this film. I really liked him as the main character. While Shia LaBeouf is great in the film, Tom Hardy is absolutely fantastic. He really is. He is phenomenal. First of all, he has just a badass presence to him, even though he only does a couple of badass things here and there. The way he walks, the way he talks, just the way everybody else in the movie talks about him, how he's like immortal and all this stuff. It's just badass, you know, backstory, and just the way he just presents it. It's just so badass. Every time he gets on the screen, I'm like, man, he can screw some stuff up, and he feels like a real character too. It's not like he's just gonna pull out three freaking switchblades and just like cut everybody in half and stuff. I don't know why I thought of that, but you know, just nothing out of ordinary, just, you know, punch a few dudes and break some legs, you know, just realistic stuff. Tom Hardy is absolutely fantastic. Jason Clarke, who I've never seen before in any film, I don't think at least, is great in this film, as well as the other Banderat brother, and he does a great job. Jessica Chastain gets naked in the film. Good. She's great in the film, by the way. She pretty much plays the waitress of Tom Hardy's bar that he owns, and she's great in the film. Gary Oldman is in it for about 3 seconds, but he's badass in the film. He really is. He actually looks really cool in his little suit, his little Tommy gun. He's like 70 years old in the film. Well, at least he looks like it. But he wears that suit pretty good, and he holds that Tommy gun pretty cool. He's pretty badass in this film, I have to admit. I keep saying badass, but that's a great way to explain a lot of the characters in this movie. So yeah, Gary Oldman was great. Guy Pearce was absolutely insane. Just the way he looks, the way just his hair is slicked back, and he just looks so like menacing, and just like you don't want to screw with this dude because he's just gonna grab a knife and just rip out your throat and show it to you. Like, it's just, I don't want to screw with this dude. And all the other acting, like you have a character played by Dan Dehan in the film who plays the partner of Shia LaBeouf's character. Whenever Shia LaBeouf goes around alone, he always has this kid with him, and he does a great job. You might remember him from Chronicle. He played the main character of that movie. He's in this, and he's great. And yeah, the rest of the acting is great in this film as well. So overall, the acting is absolutely fantastic. The story is absolutely fantastic. The acting is phenomenal. This movie is just very well made. It really is. Now, I did have a couple problems with it. There is times where it gets very slow and it gets kind of boring here and there, and there's no real characters that I like on the screen sometimes, you know, and they're talking and stuff. And there's little side plots here and there, including with Jessica Chastain's character and even Shia LaBeouf's character that I could, you know, live without. And it's a pretty long movie that could have been trimmed down. But for the most part, all the chemistry between the characters was fantastic. It was very funny at times too, which was really, really nice. I like when movies actually try to add some humor to, you know, to the actual story. And there is a lot of violence in the film. Let me say that. There is violence in the film, and there is some action. You know, at the end, there is a shootout, which is actually a pretty good shootout, and there is violence in there. And there's a whole section where Jason Clarke and Tom Hardy's characters are doing something to a police officer that is pretty damn funny, pretty gruesome, and yeah, your skin might crawl a little bit, especially if you're a male. But it was a pretty good scene. So, you know what, overall, I would say Lawless is definitely a movie you should check out, even though it has some slow parts to it. Yeah, there you go, Lawless. I'm going to give Lawless a 32 out of a 40. Even with those slow parts, I thought the chemistry between all the characters was great. I can't speak. Jessica Chastain was hot, and she got nude. You know, top, not bottom. That's fine, at least I got that. So, Jessica Chastain's nude, the acting's absolutely fantastic, the writing is great, the direction's great, John Hillcoat, again, did an amazing job with the direction, The Road and The Proposition, and now Lawless, you're doing great, 3 for 3. So, there you go, 32 out of 40, there's my review, thank you, and goodbye.